Alright, drum roll. We're gonna do the Soothsayer action now. So, open up your Soothsayer. And by the way, if you closed everything in the meantime and maybe you took a break from it and now you are back, the important thing is that you start Soothsayer first and then OBS. Otherwise things might break. So start always Soothsayer first when you start streaming or casting, and then start OBS. Alright, so you started OBS, you started Soothsayer. OBS is ready, and here we are. So what is all this thing, all this stuff over here? Well, we talked about setting the theme, we talked about how to find the overlay location. Let's scroll down a little bit further, and then we see here something called the data grabber. And that is where the magic happens. So we have two leaks to choose from, Nexus Gaming Series and Heroes Launch. Heroes Launch currently is on a break, so unfortunately I can't really show you how that one works, but it works very similar to the Nexus Gaming Series. So select Nexus Gaming Series if you're casting for Nexus Gaming Series, and then choose your division, and I am in E-West. Choose the round you want to cast, and I think my last cast was round 3. And choose the match you want to cast. So I casted 210 versus Kingfishers. No, that's not true. Baha did that one. So maybe I was in round 4. Here we are. Phoenix Rising against 210. That is what I casted. And we're gonna talk about how to claim casts as well later on. And you just do this, and then click load. A lot of things are happening down here, and that's fine. Circles spinning. Eventually it will be updated. You can hit update. And let's see what happened here. Not much yet. Go to operate. And now you see there's some stuff put in here. There is a player pool. If you go to tournament, we see here a standings. If you go to the match, there's not much happening here yet. But if you go to team, like all the team logos are being linked here. The red team name and the blue team name is being written in here, and all the player names are being written in here. And we're gonna talk about all these things. Do not worry. And if you go to the ticker, there's also some stuff happening here. Okay, so what does all of that mean? First of all, let's go back to general. And this is something you have actually to put in here yourself, because the tool doesn't know who you are, so you need to introduce yourself to it. So I am tudy, so I'm caster number 1. I could put in my social here, like Twitter or whatever. And let's update this. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. tudy appeared. Okay, interesting. Let's make this a little bit smaller so that you can see it live happening. Let's go and write in something here. So this is the sidebar title. So what I like to put in there is the name of the tournament. Nexus Gaming Series. Update that. It's popping up there. Here is one line per bullet point. So we can, for example, we have a beer cam. So what I like to write in here is usually which division we are looking at. So it's Division West, E-West. And which round, or if it is playoffs, so it would be round 4. And you can put it like this, and then it will update over there. And this thing is pretty smart. You can write more, and actually that is too much. Okay, 5 bullet points. Go with 5. Maybe 4, 5. 5 is good. And anything more than that, then it becomes dicey. Anyways. So you can put some information in here, and you can update this from game to game what you are casting. There's also an event logo. Actually, I did never notice that. Let's see where this is showing up. This is new for me now. So we want the NGS logo in a circle. Is it hidden somewhere? No, I don't see it. It's probably for other. It's probably for other overlays. It's not on that one. Okay. So, anyway, so we put some information in here, and it looks great. Now let's have a look at the map draft. And you might have noticed that these panels had not been here before. So how did that happen? Well, if we are going here to match, you have here the opportunity to load a preset pool. So for example, you could load NGS Season 13, which is what we are currently playing. You could also go with HGC 2018. Then we have a 9-map pool selected, which looks something like this. And we are seeing now that the logo is a little bit in the way. Actually, let's change this to NGS, as we are currently in an NGS tournament. So it's still it's overlapping a little bit, but it's fine. You also see that here suddenly we have a team logos appearing, we have a team names appearing, we have a score between these two. And what you can do in Soothsayer is you can now go and say that, say, the left team has banned Outright Pass and Black Ops Bay. Actually, not these two, because they are not in the map pool. Let's go back to the NGS pool. Update that. So here we see, okay, so we have Outright Pass in NGS. That is something we can ban. And we can ban Braxis, because nobody likes Braxis. And we have a team banned Cursed Hollow and Dragonshire. If you update that, boom, ban, 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 ban. You can go and say that team blue has picked Infernal Shrines, but team red won it. Bam. 210 won Infernal Shrines, as you can see in the background. There's the Infernal Shrines image. And it was picked by Phoenix Rising Amethyst. So that is happening here. That's pretty cool. You can put in the other maps as they happen. So between games, you're gonna update the information here, and you click update, and things will happen in your OBS. If you go to team, we're gonna talk about that in a second. Actually, this is gonna be a later episode because it's a little bit tricky. But what you want to do here is, if one team scores a map, you update the score. So score is 1 now for 210 because they won Infernal Shrines, and it is updating over here. So I hope by now you get the idea what's happening, right? Like all the information we put into Soothsayer, by Soothsayer it creates and updates these HTML files, and OBS is reading these continuously. So OBS is being updated and all your overlays is being updated. So this is pretty neat. Let's move on. We can look into the draft. Our draft overlay also now has the score and the team names in here. If you go into the game, we see the maps which have been picked so far. The current map is of course visible in the game because people are playing on it. We have the team logos, we have the names, the score, whether it's a best of 3 or something else. So let's talk about that one really quick. You can go here and say this is a best of 5, for example, then it will update over here, or you can completely override it. I don't know, sudden death. And then it's gonna show that instead. Alright. Your stats, nothing will change here because it does not really display any of the information. Your panic screen is of course not changing at all. And that is the power of Soothsayer, ladies and gentlemen. So you now, when you are doing your casting, you do not need to go into OBS and like try to fiddle around updating text sources and whatnot. No. You go here And first of all, you pre-populate everything by having this import, and then you only change the things which are actually happening in your game, which is the map picks, the map bans, who wins the map, and the score. And I think, at least in the past, there was a way that this automatically updates that. Yeah, here, sync score with match data. So now, if you activate this and you go here and have the next map being picked by red and one by blue, and let's say it's Volskaya Foundry, you update this, and now also the score is being updated. Okay? And you go here into teams. So now you actually don't need to use this tab at all. So yeah, this is the power of Soothsayer. And there's one more thing we need to do before you can really use this for your own casting. We are very, very close. One more thing, one more episode for getting everything set up for your first cast.